Ms. Karlin, you said a couple of times, and I certainly agree, that this is historic opportunity and that needs historic change. As it pertains to AUKUS, I want to speak for a few minutes as it pertains to Taiwan. Would you agree that that's a historic threat? That's certainly the case in multiple national defense strategies. I think you would agree. I think that also needs historic change in terms of our processes. We've talked about an AUKUS bubble. I think we need to talk about a Taiwan bubble and how we can accelerate, fast track, provide waivers, and work with the Congress to really peel back the layers on these weapon systems and get them there faster as a deterrent measure. Ms. Lewis, you've said a couple of times that you agree we need to look at all options, but I don't think that's good enough. We need to understand what's actually being done and then what barriers we need to remove faster. So in that vein, Ms. Karlin, on the DoD Tiger team, you mentioned 12 recommendations. Can you give some examples of what those recommendations were? And can you provide those 12 recommendations to the committee?
I think, Congressman, you may be referring to the State Department Tiger team. They outlined 10 recommendations.
Okay.
So I might defer to Secretary Lewis.
Okay, but didn't Defense Secretary Hicks also have a DoD Tiger team?
So there has also been an FMS Tiger team that the Department of Defense has run as well.
And were there recommendations?
There have been a couple of key recommendations.
What are they?
So a couple of key initiatives that I would highlight. So one is the need for us to have a data-driven approach so that we can accelerate the development of a common operating picture on security cooperation. Effectively, we want to be able to figure out FMS cases, where are they from initiation to delivery? How do we have that whole life cycle?
So this is an FMS Tiger team, not a Taiwan.
So there are two separate efforts. That's the FMS Tiger team. The other effort that you may be referring to is the effort that Deputy Secretary Hicks has been highlighting. Right. Yes, exactly. So that one is on Taiwan, and that one is looking at how we can ensure that we are finding ways to accelerate and bolster Taiwan's self-defense capabilities. And
Ms. Karlin, what are we doing, right? That I understand we went through the Tiger team last year. There's recommendations. We identified needs. Like, can you provide the committee what you're actually putting in place, timelines, troops to task, so to speak, and what then the effect will be on these systems to accelerate them? Is that possible?
Yep. Okay. May I jump in here? Because some of these are actually State Department authorities. So let me just walk you through a few of them. The first one is that we are looking at using a new authority for Taiwan that Congress provided, which is $1 billion.
I know the PDA. Got it. Right. $500 million announced. Mm-hmm.
Well, the reason I'm focusing on that is that it provides us the ability to immediately deliver, which I think is the question that you are asking. So that is thing one. Mm-hmm. The second thing, and I can't go into all of the details here, but what I can tell you is we have looked at a specific set of capabilities and specific systems that Taiwan needs, and we have been able to prioritize those systems both in terms of if we have, let's say, 100 of them, making sure a certain percentage go to Taiwan, and again, I can't get into all the details here for obvious reasons. We have been able to also make sure that certain systems are being produced more quickly so they get to Taiwan more quickly.
But we still have a case where we have MQ-9 ISR, right, that's 2027 or later. The chairman has his list of 2022. For example, the Harpoons took 2 years to get on contract award. The F-16s were just delayed. I mean, we have a series of major end items that are due somewhere between 2027 and 2029. And yet she has told his military to be ready by 27, and arguably some analysts think he will accelerate before Taiwan has these capabilities. And from a deterrent standpoint, that's too late. And if we look at the model in Ukraine and providing all of these systems after the country's devastated at huge expense to global stability and the taxpayer, that is a losing model. So I look forward to working with you, and I think we need a Tiger team here in the Congress to peel back these layers and understand where we can accelerate authorities, whether it's enhancing the PDA or accelerating those authorities to move faster. Thank you.
Thank you.